papa but ningina nene no so ya na ye rewrem na fe ya concentrate ewo akotia enti nana kwame me da wase ene se videos ni bi aye ready yen hyase na ene akotia afeyomakin ekopie mu ewo ho na fe wo hwe eye empo NDC vice chair third vice chair aye friend Sofo Azuka na way back mid 2000 wo na Sofo Azuka to trust obi adim Sofo Azuka no na NDC for the vigilantes ababegu Sofo Azuka by now if I when the sisters do one the very sisters but to trust them not yet still e wonu na Sofo Azuka and the NPP vice chair friend Masawood we try sum tenten na police for agent ho no mo and then to trust them e course ho nyina 5,500 policemen but omo gina ho no omo Sofo Azuka etumi threaten the life of a Afenyomakin police for enche no omo enye eno ani se mpacho adwobre yentusu ngodo so adwobre Kwaku matoyem nti odamua na all Canada na all corner oba. Let's take a look where the nana kwame share videos no egumo emai why na yembo ye diso akomma your mother I say your mother I say your mother look
this by voting the NDC candidate.
So if they vote for the NPP, you won't construct their road, is that it?
I can't say that. I'm not the president. I can't say that. I'm not the president. But if I were the president, I won't do it.
Even though they pay taxes?
You have the opportunity. You have the opportunity. When we're voting in December 2024, we had to elect 275 MPs together. And the two candidates, we didn't know who would win. President John Dramani Mahama and then Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We didn't know who would win. So we just voted. The results we had was that NDC had 180 something MPs and the MPP got 88. Now there's opportunity for the poor of Akwetia. President Mama is not the president of Ghana. He's in charge of everything. So if it's development you want, it is his direction you must go. So if we are a citizen of Akwetia, a native of Akwetia, and a voter in Akwetia, and you want development, and you know it is the president who is in charge of development, who would you vote for? This is a special election. It is not a general. This is a special election and it requires special thinking. Thank you. What is happening? That's what is happening. Akwetia rules will fix it. But we want them to reciprocate this by voting the NDC candidate.
So if they vote for the NPP, you won't construct their road, is that it?
I can't say that. I'm not the president. I can't say that. I'm not the president. But if I were the president, I won't do it.
Even though they pay taxes?
You have the opportunity. You have the opportunity. When we're voting in December 2024, we had to elect 275 MPs together. And the two candidates, we didn't know who would win. President John Dramani Mahama and then Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We didn't know who would win. So we just voted. The
NDC for be so call Afenyomakin so na say Afenyomakin he be so free club Afenyomakin so say da or no dear what's name what's now one motivate a year Ghana for eba beto abati to NPP for enti ya kwaya dimna ya to adwumade no so sane America na ene awie lawyer Evans Osei-Bonsu lawyer ni with a year Obri Buahe Chambers eho ena owo lawyer Evans Osei-Bonsu adwumade so ene awie sanso ena Ora Andrews Bediako Ora Andrews Bediako ana Honorable Andrews Bediako former MCE ewo German South and there opening so ewo dwumadie so na sadia medical akanchiro George Kwaku a member of the National Communications Team or a National Communications Team member inti a George Kwaku and so ewo dwumadie so ene area ene and some no doso inti ese yekoye nim na yetumi cover and some there ebi young belifu area me babu nyina ha ema wakwaba
ya joso mankeke
ya joso
na probu ya die
ama force ye hoye se me ya me kata ade chi na omo sha se no mo cha ya awro se me woman ne se wo se nka ye basi ne ya elite kakra na ye monitor wa fidi ya na radio so yeah but to radio so be se de ohuni a ya anum ji free en semi ama ayi bibi o but buni be ka se is better lead than never. Say ya na ye nyina ya kana say omo modern say zena wo ho de me de mahu ne de minim de kire say mu meet criteria ne nyina na boapaye ya nkofu bi abo omutum po say omba ne ma omo ya enam so ma wontumi ti radio ya na yinya nti abonte no yinya nti say wo drive na say o mobile phone ntumi nchi Facebook so obitumi anya TV na ha na akwa bibi oho nti ya je se wona nti ya na wo biduru sa ndi ofa de be bia so se de udwan ni dua na anka konfonsem no anka ye fence wono ankasa ye fence enya de be ka konfonsem so inshallah nya memre ne mrepa beba yes bia enfama nya
mate lawyer me ma kwa ba
ankeke mejo so mefa akonya yi so na menchia watiefo no wahwefo nyina na menka achia mo amechia o menchia mo bebre enti ma menchia me amedofo ba kope comfort adoma kon menchia no na menchia Melito Gala Ochro SSC wo Yasantoa Senior High me bom pa ma na efe no Mimi Golda Osei Mimi Golda Osei me wish no
ono kwa wo bro Damien
Mimi Golda Osei nti me wish no well say the subsequent papers in na obeti me overcome no be see manai machia for Risapon me Nkansah me small boy me the doctor for Risapon and Ishra and junior me che omonyina na machia na akwabo akontine wodi ne birthday enche bia Friday way and birthday enti me fan enche akesem na me wish no happy birthday na na kwabo akontine obi a momode na onko jana no ne birthday e wasumdwem medase
menso medase George me ma kwaba
akura me joso
na ho ye de
tadilumba na born no wasi ye kurukram kakra adomne mpa bonti e be ne de kurukram kakra
ya da ya mi asie ba kwaba nso
ya ni amini be ma
that just actually for all is set say ya be koye dem dwumadie eso na ya rewra ensebunu mu preko na ene ewie ye ko ye nim no ye bia ebuma ye chese ye be kwa akotia na ye ne empadifo bi e wo hodom atwetwe nkomo because enche ye no num bebo na fe omo edibibia aba na wie yenti ye beko eye akwatia na yakwa akotwetwe nkomo empo ewo hodom. All right, inti me shasie na when ye fa akwatia no shasie as a right chief justice den mana ana ye fa chief which is which
so of akwatia dey say be bonu bi ana ye shasie age result inti me fi say ye shasie o haye
ye shasie wo ha
ye hu dey sisi ona
me shasie influ so honorable with monitoring and as a general overview the niema what you akwatia even before say your name executives name 24 e be ebetwetwe nkobo the front opa encha ka be 30 minutes less than 30 minutes na no num hebebo na ya shasie kinkan abano but the front opa be pem sabri
yo keke I think say ye be chia watiefu bi enkanka mempeso aso German South the only seat for the new patriotic party in Bono region. I think so far so good. Monitoring aye a bright shot says a best by elections. Na initially near my near banner the account say Unia and Kumi Ufrim na de di kan de no fa mu kra bra ye to aba wie na ye de no kugina court ndc fuyi ye nkomba ye nkomba ena Nyankopon so ebra me fi se utumi nya ne ho tete mu a endi bosome kra ena ofiri mu a wontumi anya na dwuma se nka utumi ya enam so ma ye by election se antimeka se bia background kakra ye be ka no but ye sha se eni what say initial no na ndc for no fi se intimidations na omode call ayi Ablikumanov no eno ana na omo aye omo adwen so ombesa de akobiem but this time round no nipa a new patriotic party enso mo hu se dabi sabi ka fra champion for na kai yese be ma dua no yitia so ba ko na otra se yese tia so mprenu dia ahwe ya na wankasa ehwe be ma ye hunu enti ama new patriotic party for so adom ho so ma baby adru sisi ade ba ko mienu miensa bia efi se akoso ho a ebi ti se NDC vice chairman Sufu Azoka ye na enim ne track record e wo man mu sha se nipa wa bro mo mekai University of Ghana wona ne nkrofo ana omo de sa ayi nantwie berima afere se koboku omo de bro nkrofo ne niam e ka ho ma Francis se si mu nyina de free NDC ne de ka ho no asa on se san me fi just abrin ka wanyini na se nko ja sa suba no be wo hwe de we ama na one chairman buga adro me hu se chairman buga kra na ye se eye ade we se friendly ayi one ne ye but the way ama na wo behave no se nka ye o ma bi aye serious ankasa bre se nka Sufa Azuka se nka ya pe ba bi aye de na si kakra onto se beto aba na wi ne ya hwehwe ne nsemu nanso azuja andisi fo nye se de me ka kire wo se wo hwe ne ma esisi ye ebra ye nuanom ye betena afidie so kan ye nua o ma ne bo ama former very say Minister for Defense mu free ewa Ashanti region hana ene mesisi ye mranti ya no mo se mi Nkansah mi nua owe mechia no mi nua ye betam no de ko nkran mechia ajenkwa na ni nyina achi na achire ye ndisi fo no bi niam o mo ye na obi anka bibia nkyere o mo na ye gya o mo saa no a na da di pefese sesi bebi o man na ye duru sesi a ofase ndisi ni ya ade ya ye nka ndisi ni ye bone ya ye nchi no hwe o hwe ebra police fuyi o mo ka se MPP fo no akọ bebi a o mo se o ma akotete ebi mo akọ wa process bi a wo ba bi a ye to aba quickly no MPP ni abrante ba ko e wuso o mo atam no de na chi police car mo de ne ko nenka azuka de o ye de na che se wo threaten the whole minority leader se wo beto no ho a nke be ye by election e wo ayi muniba e wo ne constituency this kind of impunity because o ye na se wan ka wi because na ban wo power na wo yes adro there definitely enu bi ni sa krokro de join o mo de ye a o mo kobo ye friends mama ha kumsimo e wo Ablikumanov ya ye koye krokro de join se ya chemrante nwotwe bi ye de o mo akogina ko enne ba bi a eti edi ni ehu ye nipa kro na ye che o mo ye ni mo kanso ye se a sentence o mo ya mo fine 6,000 nanka yenua mo ayimu nyina ye cheche o mo ha ye de o mo ba TV so mo obi ehu o mo endi mranti anka o mo akoye nya brasem se ade ntina ka ntumi amfa mo ma TV so mo obi ehu o mo enti me fi se NDC fo ye bone a ye nka eno na ama ba bi edru sisi enti impunity ena azuka ye no sa akru no so no na wafa ne ho adi minim se o mo nya ne bibia na me de ansena me nua beba de me kare se abato no ye konsisi ya de I'm highly confident say MPP New Patriotic Party ye betumi adi nkonim Nyankopon ene hyehyemu ne niema ya yegyina me fi se ekoba se nyese nonumi bo na ye kokan na nkrofo mmesesa sere ya na omotaye no na omode ayiko gina ay return officer for so say mun declare results on farmer na ebiansi dia me fi se bebi sisi na ye ne French ma enru se hwie bi no wotwe mo no ne ehu se New Patriotic Party ya sena retain sa akwate seat no fi se ya win 5 times and this ya win 4 times ye ba 1992 year enti me fi se juma yaye do e fi se NDC foi ye to aba yo munyanya wanya enti boni beka se good way na ye Canada so ho nanso akotiafo na mamu hu se wa se nre yo masesa machine se kugo so mo ye adwuma na me de se akotiafo ka cho mo se mo pa munyi ha nyina mfa kuta megu e beto atia mo obo mo ana mo chiche skare de allegedly omo chiche ska obo se o magi nanso me de ese meye me fi se baby ye duru no sa na ese ye no na ma ndisifo no so o man nya omo dia fi se nya dufudie pe bone ene ye omo a enka si dudu ikura omo nka kotia wo de ye dai because ebe kamo de no a ensesa hwe enti mi ndi enti omo ni abrege den se kwambia so omo ko because of for to trust him enti me feel say MPP for so far ya conduct ye ho ye ne yankopon be hye ne ho ani bonyam say hwie be yentumi anwani mpo a wo de meka say yentumi anwani mpo a it doesn't change anything because that seat you mean say a city abeka say a stronghold for MPP if split ubitumi anko say ndis for bitumi afa na MPP for afa ene de ka ho yenti me feel say ben menim say ebetumi anwene pese adwuma amparemfo aye no ho no ade eso ani na ye mo ye ballot no ho ban say be ya ebeduru say ye kenkan no obi antumi mfa tutrasem enti say de omo ye ya omo gigi ye seat bibire free yensem a na ama ye ni abrebebre no na tumi abo ama ye retain set no and I think say so far so good.
Honorable Mesaba Winchain Ebio Honorable Andrew Bediako a former MC German South municipality. But menko lawyer in China membrabe make us say Sunday Abidika a catcher a year ora Ishak Che Brobe and so a lecturer KSTU ora Ishak Che Brobe so a joining and senior make a editor near Yashasi Adunti. Menko lawyer in China lawyer. Akwetia by elections general a enche no numna ekoboy
mini akeke de me pese me twa tia ne se enanipa edoso wa ha nti obi abekasa de ma reho anyina wo mu no enye abato na yekoto no ne de abato ne befirima baba the aftermath and I said during counting year count no de besi wa akwetia eno na me dwene ho sesia because the sa azoka sesen ashase NDC third vice chairman there why sesia no statement out there about bontene say sonkobeto owura afenyo Nkansah anka yebeye by election ewo ho a threat of death oba ye criminal code ma act 29 a threat of death they carry a sentence of about 10 years so what can say na. So what are the security agencies doing about this? Afenyo Nkansah nye nipa hunu bia akwa. Yemfa ne say nipa bia ye nipa threat of death for the kono so a eminent apprehension and I say eminent panic and I fear bi na wode akono so. Enti as at now afenyo Nkansah betima akwa akosie wo baabi ehun betima atono so. Ebi kura woda wona because onim nipa wadwena wode ba until that threat of death is a serious matter. Me when say security agencies I work Ghana was said by now this man should have been arrested. I need say you entertaining wo sa baby or wo akwatia no but another be American anocracy. I said this particular type of government no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama they mean when they say democracy na a rule of law a day adwuma na so dey aton chen and wa blend it too no ofem kakra bia na the anocracy and the anocracy ne aye government bia o use autocracy and what democracy waka mienu ni nyina abom na etimi masani padasani wanye obia mpo antrete no aye honorable minority leader a wasan be majority leader krapen a we key figure wa Ghana hanom a ne ho se de esi hia no na o se obamia ye by election na in any way say ye by election po na nipa wu a emfa so obe na obenya freeze eso because to mo verse be Hosea chapter 8 verse 7 na keke so hwe asema wo ha sa freeze na ka no say sowing the wind refers to pursuing a lifestyle of sin, idolatry and rebellion against God. It is like planting seeds that are empty and unproductive. So Hosea chapter 8 verse 7 is a powerful verse that warns about the consequences of sinful actions. It says, for they have sown the wind and they shall reap the whirlwind. Here is what it means. It is okay Hosea chapter 8 verse 7. Boni bi anipa obedi ne wa at the wiase bia anase ade boni bia wode beye e wa asase su bia na ka hu se obenya so akatia nyankopon ho sa no enye se woye bibia na wafa ho adi na wokọ ade bia wode bedi uyonko nipa bia na boni bia wode bedi nipa bia no obetua so ho ka edi dem pesa me kan kyen se ene power ya wodi ya o onwene the good people of Ghana ho onwene nipa wa akatua ho onwene nipa wu ye no de yeto abama no mpo no wa firimu ama wawu ama yakosie se ye cardiac arrest ye de en okọ waja na japade ne manyina ho na wo be presa abiri ya also obekum obi anase obeto minority leader obeku no wo ede na ebeto wechina sampo kura no be papa ya wo kasa kura no as to say wechina se nyambe begene nkwa afiri ne nsam ejina nyankopon ho wonim ana wo kasa sei edi se bibi mpo anye no ame ya nche no ne yamfana nkokoto a onka hu se Hosea chapter 8 verse 7 eni ni bedi de mra ese fi se nyankopon no ofa ne boa onto ne ntem nanso se de tie bia nyankopon be de make kire the people of Akwatia ne se omonfa abotre nkoto wo maba edura nyumra omo nyina ho abotre mu no omonhwe election no the outcome de besi so bi beto sho omo so no obi bebro wo mo a ewiase nyina ehwe His Excellency John Dramani Mahama amemu sa amemu ni ya amemu a every Saturday adepa na eba ewiase nyina abehwe power ne de obepe ne no onsa beka na ekira asem na etene na se elephant ne so ba befa oman na ka hu se ya de sa diu na be ya woda ene na se wodi bi di wunua na wo se wodwene ho the people of Akwatia amfa abotre de omo peno no the electorate no de omo peno no ono no omo nto abama no enye ekwan a ye pre ye ho ayi enye party bi a wo chiche sika nimum de the good people of Akwatia no de omo pe so wo represent wo no hye mrama wo no se nipa no omo mfatumi ma no power ye ni nkaso emere ye ni nkaso oye danya opamendis international Epcra 40 years eye dan ya MPP beba enne de obesa bia obetwa bia no omo so betwa saasa ne bi e de ato but I don't wish that the mesra MPP for ne say so omo ba nesa abotre de ayom bia abotre na omo de bu man ne be yeye no be ma the good people of Ghana ho ato na omo nya sa de no efi say ye pe enchirima daachi but enye de obi ebe favor no ene na Justice Pega e kan ye in the case of what Amidu versus the president Kofo Justice Pega say sa three arms of government na ya chemu no and yet to the harmony of one arm of government executive power no ayede ama president no but to the harmony of the good people of Ghana 83 arms of government although are separated from one another in terms of functions and role that separateness no a recall for interdependence that interdependence no it does not mean say it is to your harmony but to the harmony of the good people of Ghana it is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the party for ye bia no omonwene the harmony of the good people of Ghana no na enye de ne omubenya manwasi
but mesa ba unche bio lawyer na
we ye mrante ro ti omo no nya adwen
newe
say ba power ye nya na de omo ye yi na nya ma ne mrante ti omo no nya adwen lawyer we nkware me no nya adwen what was say ye say da bia ye ba ye ne ye oman ni yi enti ye ne ye pe oman ni enti na omo de ye chi ni anim nyina twitwiri fo ma ye te say de omo aye ho no enti ama mrante na ofo no omo bu afu enti say me anopa me mrante de omo ka che me say de ye kosu say ye ba power na so mo shase a ye na ye die ni mo ye nkoda na omo nye de o
ba say ye de say ye law abiding
but this time
ye say omo nya de
ma ye nya tumi no bi hwende ye nya tumi no bi na say be ya sa law abide say dem na be ye adwuma say chief justice omo remove say mra na omo de ye yo enti omo betimi ase samra na kwan bia so be nya ho bi won chen a ye so ye be ye adwuma
but basaba nche beauty what a lawyer Evans or say bonsu ene na answer no meko eye be Ishak Chebrobe enje no benko eye George Kwatin enje na benko tie no so answer George be ma waka ba bi
ye nua mi nua be ma
na ohoye
adomara kwa iguso kakrakra
now say that na do ba ebe pie ayi Asante Bantem and then the coded
say me create nyina na ifrim ti heya so na yefri anyway maminchia etifo ne ahwefo sisi ekra da ahwefo nko a esanse nipa bonfo bi a omo ba se omo bekum abewi abesei ena omo di tumi no say Ghana for nyuma but at the right time me say ebenya ho akwan na ya ka bi kakra na me wo asantema mu nso de me fa nchia kese ma santema nyina ewura na se ose tutu baby obi aye mana ha ewie ena mpanyimfu wa ha me ona bo ne doc ni seniors mu nyina so mechiache mo ewie minia am se kumase de se okokko kwa obeba ye se kuntu hwan a le chia no okọ ntino ye nyina yekuru ni de ikodi pa kakra eden ya se se yetwa ye nso na ye befie enu ntina e ba kakra na Akwatia nsense no media me medical can say the people of Akwatia minji nida say Akwatiafo ebeto abawe edi etia MPP esanse wohwe say yeba abem mfi nwotwe adwuma yeye na Akwatia no na eso omani pa entina obeka ya even 2024 krana na the wind of change no e blow baby empo MPP e seat mpo na ye lusu da since 1992 krana e lusu bi nanso the people of Akwatia na ye ndis na tisu but omotoma MPP in 2024 now sanzo share the circumstances ana sene niema e contribute ya ma sabi yenua enesia kumi ekoyare ya sabi odi ko nanam ho no na bibia kire se NDC for a brow firm no omo contribute not less than 90% of the suffering a brow brain nyina no NDC for omo ana de pressure eto abrantie no so a sabi WONTUMI and survive esan se eye 2024 na yekoto aba yekoto ye no nso no enesi akumi ankotwetuo na wankotwe agyan anase kan ene na enye ne first time okọ 2020 okọ en olusu ye otene ho ase ekotena afie ekoye ne homework ye ene oba 2024 ena akwati aman se ampa wakire se adwuma no betumi aye ena omoto abama no minua ye to abama enesi akumi omama ne ho antone da the first na ye ne say yesuma national security call no so say yenkotchiro na me hu bi da si yekoto aba na yisi bold ni say wo na wawini a aban a woteso no tumi suma national security si yemra ho mechew by force omuko Akwati om de cars mienu national security over 20 build men na Akwati force de bi yema ho mfa ye de hye na enko ofiri obedru parliament na national security for no so gina parliament ho ena afenyo markings mo se da bi ahade emrahye bedwane yema ho kwan ema ho nche no se wo asem a court na sese odiko ampani empa om de kodan court bini om de ko gina court omudi asem ni bu awieye ni 26 days pepepe ena abranten ifra tiase for assassins koda hospital yes pressure ena WONTUMI and survive na ata de boni wo ya NDC for aye no minya sure say Akwati aman ebe kase da bi emfa enye omohwe omo nya sada na me no kase akabe 10 minutes pe na abato no abawiye bi de medical sre fitina otwe ni nyina sre se Akwati afo sade ye be ya mo be ye bibi na ahye enesi yakumi animonyam esanse lumba na bo ne nwo se mi huachi sade be ya ne samai no emegina krotia na ensungu ne yem enunti munhye nanimunyam na omonto abama yenua Solomon the MPP na adwuma pa ene akoma pa enesia okumi eda na akoma so se obeye na odi asom Akwatia no ono so metoa so na onye because me kan pense se nye MP ya okodi ye ene ho bra menya so so nke yenua Nkansah pressure nko benya debi ntu ya no kire se wode ne kra ne nkwa ato ho abo afore ama Akwati aman nti esesa Akwatiafo ye hwe ne yie na ye hye no animonyam sabi NDC for seat be blom de Ghana for anya o mabro ya mo over 184 seats na 84 seats ye de mo no kra no akontabuo be pa no matumi abu a kire ye bosome nkru ni 9 months ni o mo ba bem omumbu akonta papa bi ankire ye bibia no won mo betumi de o mo sasi o mo bo se 9 months o mo ba ye no o matumi aye ene efuna da NDC ni bia no ubusa na asem bia wo se dollar abafo okwanye oka wo se dollar abafo street light nso oka wo se dollar abafo ye school dan ni nyina enwunu oka wo se dollar abafo wonu ma omumaki yankwala omutwere BEC examination bosumi miensa ne yentri omuka oka wo se dollar abafo enne bibia wo beka bia ye se dollar abafo enkra kumasi kwan ya na contractors makuma akuben wotwe ɛne ya cha mo mugusu ana omo ye omo ba ye omo suspendi omo nyina so obi anko na oba be express D&D wokọ kampe $1 abafo bibia na obeka na ndis bia omo $1 abafo eno nti sa seat bebrebe a ye de mo omo na hye bedwafie no ɛho ne mfaso bia omo ya Ghana fo nya ho mfaso enti di enti na sase ye sam omo biem ye hia strong opposition Ghana fo hia opposition na omani yedin omo ne betumi akrakra ban ne se papa yi uba no wo hye ye bo akese mpempem wo ka kire ye se wo kofa bibi bia ba ye frɛ no 24-hour economy de wo ka kire ya ne se 24-hour economy se nipa wo Ghana ha omo ya aban adwuma so omo ye 10,000 a wo ba be fa 20,000 aka ho enti ebi be kwa anopa ebi be kwa awia na ebi akwa anadwo saa na wokan wo ye billboard asisi Ghana ha nyina no kwasema esase ebusa ye nuamo Ghana fo nyina se ne Ghana ni bia pa ebonu nsia onfo kan ko hwe baabi e ya abadwuma onko DVLA onko passport office ana wo de onko any government agency bia no ko hwe se 24-hour bi koso ho no ma bibia no ye koso bibi papa bia no ho no ma omo ye omo anso nim se omo ntumi nya hwe na NDC fo na anso nim se omo ntumi nya hwe esan se MPP ho fo ho abufuo ene ma amanfo tena fi o man koto aba eno nche se Ghana fo wani da so bia se NDC ba be bibia enti ye besra kwatiaman se omuma ye strong opposition ni entumi check aban no enye se sisi e de ope no yo aban de ope na wo ye sanse oba ye wo hwe omoma no ye dini nyina o Ghana ha ena wa twe omo abehye na aban mu editi se odi boni obi anka tano waye CSO so omanu ye din nyina wa mo appointments e wona aban mu omu didi omu tumi nkasa biem owie na otese mu ankasa mu nua nsem trofo so wo hwe nsem trofo omanu ye din nyina e na omu appointment e de sisi aban ye bibia ye nka hwe report aye hwe na wakwatia ye bo bi asum ne ye se NDC crashes with MPP ye bo nipa na suma wunim nipa ni dino Winim se first vice chairman of NDC and wakobo MPP third vice chairman assume amoni munyina mugina ho mo report to ade say NDC crashes with MPP because of say yakeka omunyina no atum owie ya sofo wo say wakofa bibi aba ye frɛ no national dance hwan okotiti committee and odi asofo no so aguso e de sisi no John Mahama oye supreme leader okasa obi nkabi obianso ntumi oppose no ena de ope ena hoye adesre ne de beto akwatiaman anim se minim sa atama so ara nanso akasima be enumba bia wote yanka bia hwe bia no tumirika na kokoto obia ntumi nya ohwe na to abanma Solomon Kwame Asumadu na MPP yan tonkoso nko ye 88 no ye mighty minority no so enkoso anya hode no ne nkipu aban no ne yan check no enya sa obefa enumu omuye mpo esa sisi okata wan oppose
George Kwaku a member of the national communications team or communications team member into George Kwaku and so ewahalum and area be pacho WONTUMI TV so any uko Facebook e WONTUMI TV live ewo Facebook and e WONTUMI TV live on YouTube sene ye kana kasima be hwe 9 Simabe 9 na no num abo akwatia nchekra omo ebekenkai abano na yehu outcome no enti later on the program ye beko phone lines no so na yakwa akodi actually ebia there I will just crave the indulgence of a yempenifuet here na yahwe say betumi aye few moments after 6 a day akahua probably bia kai best the 15 or so minutes be akang but ishak chei brobe ewa ha opani so lecturer ewo KSTU opani mema akwaba
ene abema
na wapo mu ye de
kakraka nanzo
ya me adom me hoye Ishak efrado pa bepem sabri make say do num abo Nkansah na akwatia by election ya na bedim se Ghana ibi kura kasa by election kura da ni yentwem na nka ne obewi ni no na ono ani ni pa ejam ya kan sempi batene by election akoso ewo akwatia nipa bɛyɛ 52,328 registered voters ni enim sɛ ɔmo bɛto aba. Police for over 5,000 yɛ deploy ɛkɔ in 119 polling stations. But it's not been without issues. Yɛto aba no nso nneɛma ɛde na mu.
Yes, Keke. I expected. Menyɛ sure sɛ akwatia by election way MPP na adwene sɛ wɔkɔ abra wonim sɛ NDC for ɔmo true trafo crew ɔmo ma hɔ ɛmɛmɛ direct transfer. I mean, say I expected this idea 7 prediasa nanke no yinim nyansa. What you say? But that is not what has happened. Na se utie ye third advisor Chama Buga Sadam Freno. Yeah. Announcement to say the edikan invisible forces the Tosumi no Kandahar boys the Tosumi Delta forces there's another one Boga Bulldogs and teenagers say no akwatia na ye koe no yenso so yamfa sapan sa ne koe na mehunu yen krofo a omonam a ehunu se abetra kese no yenso se emrante ne bi ebeti so chen wo mo de no indi nyame nko na ebo no mpae say polling station no kra ewo wachiri titru no kroma no sam radio me expect say obia be ko polling station ho jense wa wo fufu ana wo kan banku bi ana ayi o friend say wa bitie bi enya sa de a ese say titru mabunu ni titru a omo ena womo excuse me womo airtime Solomon achino. This is the time I may expect to say ubia wakati bia so oye mfidie e call ho ubia hwen babunu bia o na unkra wo moma wo vuvu bia no expect to say obeko polling station na wako protect ballots no say no eden a wo mo di mo bo santi na wo kwakoto no de o mbe kwakoto no nu abo and as I cut just a minute na no nu abo o mo di santi mu di o mo nyina beto awie minim say we be the next 30 minutes na polling stations ni be bre o ha na o mo ato awie o mo ebi adaka no so na o ma hwase no o mo akan dino yengina ana zisensu no me say observers akohopa ye party people party stalwarts enche ye hu nyina enguso ewo of friend saying constituency ho 119 polling stations no na yenkobo ye ballots no eho ebai ye wia omo ye ballot accounting omo making sure say the omo ye na no pano omo ato aso edia awie de ewie nso a ye hwese ye be entering na asensan no so wo how bi ewo ballot accounting no mo ye no how bi wo ho abensan ewie nso a se hu se party no nso waje ne copy and she said this year the back kra tal polling station ho na public ni na nso bia ehunu election no said yesi course ewo polling station ho na yewia yediding na begu kamu ni adi akire and with the electoral commission official na yakọ coalition center na me sure say ballot na enu coalition center no na announcement na ready yes because look yina yes adwuma we ama MPP or polling stations say there is dedicated line polling station results no by over test the Adenadiako. So 119 no simple spreadsheet. If she na can numbers no ebumu kosa. And you know, minimum say almost 6 between 6 and 7. A bit me a call elections way as to say buy a one as a echo and this. But medium more regime say buy a ho. If we say a choir fast why you use Solomon no. Me canon of Pamami Timubium say MPP Yemfa and model number 1. And I remember 1992 na year 96 no keke wo ho na ukrom for ne constituency for na aba ho se besin ba begina o anya samre ya afa die keke uni bibi wo botum dia unyansa nyina na aka tumu. Yes, I remember those times. New would be say if my memory serves me right na ye wo government teacher ba ko opokuare ne friend frifa oman ba say brand bebegina so on said in community no but yemfa we nya model number 1 the idea see akotia na me fepa o because nanka we wo ama say ya we key block about parliamentary elections and a kumi another key block about parliamentary elections and akwatia any eastern region any national party e kan ho bom say ye pe compromise candidate obi a ye de ni gina ho a afanu ni nyina e ba nchen. That is what we did in the past. So and to say no elections we now more kono ye party division and wo akwatia is broken. So omo nyina akabom na omo eye campaign akwatia ya wini wia lessons pa de be man no bebebre. So say ye tie ho asesa na ye hwehwemu timu say asimasi obenten titu of friend saying constituencies etimi kwa no. So MPP to me this adwuma e betimi anya a lot of seats ba because yana MPP no said you see running internal primaries no ne ebufuo ne yawo ne ye bamu no ena ya na ekofa sansen something na eba ena ansa na obe reach sa consensus on a particular candidate no so na wasa reflect constituencies no niema bebre. So what I say, because you know, Asumadu Matisse Ofrahim Vie is another very important factor. So call local communities na utiminya sa adiana yanunsu eboa because more often than not yes free ha and I yako elections ayente yeah free ha o panin ma me na bedo no waka ha na nsem bebre. So na we dey Ibrahim Vie o hodia any say dey o dey grana bagase so ugabagase free ha. So what I say and after the local community the local economy na so we integral part of the local economy. Akwatia mining and on what ho so we miner and what farm mabuni bebre yes omo you baba say almost 1,500. So na no ti o e ka pampamu na o hwe sede mabrisi e chante boniti owo na nwumu a touch no otimu say sunsum bi you know and na wo mo evoke no sa the support of friend saying asumadu so yanu ntino be ma minim say ye beti asam den ne every of friend saying akwatia adia ebe ye pa ne say ebe kanya party no ebe me hu say ye decisions are taking nansen no jina bia obesi bia na ehon won sunsanso ye be party betimi atimi ayire no ho you know setitam bia no o sigina ya obehwe bunkum behwe nifa obehwe animu behwe chiri na watimi sigina ya obehwie no so wedi gina wo ya yesi efi no ho me heli akwatia decision no ana masa heli tamale central decision no what do you say in fact so obi wo kra na tamale central decision e be mo di akwakoto akotua ba na e ama MPP obi bet yes side na ye no so asa mu kra za mu ye dufuru pe kra dodo obi o ye neutral chance obi o ye typical die hard NDC and on the radio try to from ma ye the NDC na try to from to ye den NDC na no beto but obi a o ye neutral bia o he decision na you taking no tamale central na obi me aka say the MPP fo ankwa pre hadia na hadia o mu ankasa nipa na teso ana wa free mu adentina SSA NDC for kra mo sa ba ha kra be kokom kra mo be ye mo hi kra mo say yento asen north no nwie no na MPP ni e ho ba o ni e ho ba se be we ni asen north
yeah
what you say ma asen north no mo ye din ye ya kwan ye dua ye gu ha ye astrotef ye commission we hu an winning na no mo hwe no mo sre what you say utie enkomo a Mwadaroma, money amanfo didi no community a. Almost say anya dia anya niema NDC ben last minute. Na Akufo-Addo ni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aban SCDVL office wie. Ubaye of friend say excuse me, bosome enwotwe ni. Eni akire. Onko se wo commission. Sa DVL office ono. What you say? Afeya ebeka be nanu am ya kwakoto aba no. Wo se wo kwako Yewra John Mahama se wo kwako commission. This is can kwa na ekosro. George Omsi ye say na abeka ho. $10 billion. E kwa be no de ye. Wo de oyan sanchoni. Minim se wo de udi nyema chipa. Ka kire me so mo yi kwan a.
Na so omunye gold no na omudi ebibu economy no omudi amaska for no omudi akototo nema na.
You see $10 billion no enyes ka ketwa sa o.
Enyes ka ketwa no de enyes ka ketwa kra.
Enyes ka ketwa kra.
Ejuma nke bitimi aye no ma we no.
What you say? Accra Kumasi bypass and 9 contractors nwotwe ene na wo so. Budget no kwa no. Yamfa nga ho ensem akwana empro na fe de oso be Accra Kumasi expressway
this guy
aba we pa the MPP tumi sa be di ensem pa bi mu a
ye be ya hwe ye
can this over the president no style
serious matter ni kan sa no hwe akwatia do mo nya NDC anya bring na no wonim de psychological warfare o pese wo fa
bragging right
tamale no ewia no fa akwatia ka ho a then he comes out to tell MPP mogu psychological warfare you chief justice na ya saki nipa be 35,000 e frejumam and ya change top brass of military ya change police I mean you sure say bad ben cry na nyeso we omu nipa ni akombezan because you see the way one see architect one eniema no
but ni okano so dey no cry because omo ya na fa ka wa she na abemubuo omo pushi
that is exactly what they are doing.
NPP sides are they ye bibi as say dey ye nya ma
afa say dey has yes ye chichi chama WONTUMI nom what is here na afa ye nkwada wo mo ewo TikTok social media any maba wa ni ye mabunu ye chichi can't you see very clear. Say, oh, what just say? Ye pam or pam mamu with a mo. Samunya to me be one. Ubeveni ye. You understand? And you know, medium warishemu, and it will be a happiest day. And 2nd September, say Yebeka and Manabum na Akwatia MPP awenie. It's a be koso ewa Akwatia enanyumre. Womune ebe ba afa Ghana nyina me say no MPP yekuo no emuye ejana na so na ye hye nneema yi a yebetumi asan aba ban mu bio medase
mate ishak benso medase na WONTUMI TV so enie meka obi o se bia fe wachim wafidie dia ba beto adoma yes talk Ghana jubadie no wasuguso awutie my lawyer Evans Oseibunsu ewa ha sansuna honorable Andrews Bediako openi former MC German South municipality no emu afe minia George Kwatin member of the NPP National Communications Team, and you just heard from Ura Ishak Cheibrobe or a lecturer KSTU Asante Mantem Hasenti yanim bakacha ose ene sise no numabo me beshana empo yakofo lines no suna and it's all about Akwatia, but Akwatia lawyer ewo bentem hard with dia meshe na Chief Justice Diana Bray train results na empo Kwaku di eno echino mema yewra enum ebia probably yewra enum kakra na afemi me producers so work phone lines no near hwede koso Akwatia inti wiebe by 6:30 no de na yehu larger picture no inti me mpedifo nyina ewa lawyer ye ka Akwatia de enso equally enra na just akoye sembi
keke areho say wo hwe de asi wo Ghana na unim say NDC omo try say ombesa fix Chief Justice dismissal no abehye time wa Akwatia Ghana fo nyina attention wo Akwatia no sa mre na mu no omo de Chief Justice na dismissal no so bae so that ebeye divided attention na say MPP adwene wo Akwatia at the same time Chief Justice issue so abanete senka Akwatia bomo nanka Chief Justice de no so ayese no an ye discuss na chese yomo ye no eno ye first thing na keke hwe uridi judge bia oba England a woko ye fene Lord Denning na sa Lord Denning no emra wo de ba ye nyina na otai decent emra wo de ba ye nyina aba be ye mra ende eno na obia eyusu the dissenting view no aba ye law na Lord Denning can be said the law does not lean itself to triviality adie bia ye nkete wo mremu no the law does not lean itself towards na mama clear example so oshe mremu a dominant factors na ya na ye consider but enye triviality ne man nkete bia ehu hia law no kra e kan say a misdemeanor mama we enema me ensan as Chief Justice ya de born no first of all petitioners the asemko count 1 count 2 count 3 zehu ye bo kwa bi wo court a first count court no be determine first count no second count court no be determine third count obe determine so di for wo di bi mo nese obe punish first count na wa punish obe jawa wa jawo second count obe di we die committee ni tenase no first count no kwa aye Daniel Ofori asem no kwa no eno kwa no me determine no mo de submit report de ama president na de ya ne say president say report no so on fan tudwa esen kukum eti adia amount to stated misbehavior no yenim na keke unma de man ye very dangerous she ye constitution where wo hono e border on interpretation any interpretation which will lead to absurdity any kwan say ojina so ade bia odin chirechire mu beba e be lead to absurdity any kwan say when you are giving interpretation you don't give an interpretation which will lead to absurdity
ede emfantiasepa emba yemfa sanchirichire mu ne mba over the 3 grounds I did remove Chief Justice na enana Dr. KB Asante kan eno na former Chief Justice enin yabo kan no the dominant factor that you have to consider whether or not Chief Justice is what incompetent. Whether say Chief Justice or competent or not or competent. Then we reho. Ebra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or tron elect and diabano. Know ye all men. You see, it is to capture a archaic English, but lawyers they tell you to capture attention. So a declaration, but a capture attention. But a bra or de bano. I say also a remove Chief Justice, no, as a Chief Justice, and I was a remove no as a member of the Supreme Court. 2 nina were removed no. Okay. It borders on 2 school of thoughts. Maybe it borders on 2 school of thoughts. In the case of Chatuchi Kata versus the Chief Justice and Attorney General 202, court on a can be. Or can say Supreme Court her honor no Chief Justice Dibreno ejina be binko. Ana we a member of the Supreme Court non so as a judge and so jina be binko. It take a typical example. It say your class near ye class captain. Ye class captain say omra medi so as a class captain a ye role bi a de ama no a administrative function a class captain e be perform as an administrator. Eti Chief Justice no so administrator or perform administrative function no say the head of the judiciary. Eti class captain no dey say to me no man no ya the bone na we free class captain so does it mean say on formal part of the member of the class ana? That is the question to be interrogated. That is my understanding because it borders on 2 school of thought unless somebody goes for further interpretation of that provision because you need clear case but I'm reading the case of Chatuchi Kata versus the Chief Justice. Asimo kan there be portion ketua bi ameka chro or say me read the portion. In doing so the court underscored that while the Chief Justice is himself a Supreme Court judge, his administrative functions in contest where his impartiality might be in question are to be kept separate from those of his colleagues on the bench at the Supreme Court. Listen to the decision in Chatuchi Kata versus Chief Justice and AG 2002. Eti Chief Justice no owoni role as a Chief Justice. Eti yenhwe adia wo musa court no you shouldn't expect it from court. When the petition was sent to the president and the committee, what was Daniel Ofori seeking for? Adia no was seeking from committee no say Chief Justice no ye remove no as Chief Justice. Daniel Ofori say bibia say ye remove Chief Justice no as Chief Justice no say remove no as what as the member of the Supreme Court. So she did not request that thing from the inferior committee. That committee is an inferior. The reason why I'm saying it's an inferior, it is not a court of what? Competent jurisdiction. So whatever decision they come out with, under almost supervisory court, I will say supervising. So it means that if the Chief Justice is aggrieved by the inferior courts, we will right to go to supervisory court to quash. Absolutely, because once it is although other people are trying to say Article 146 is strictly censored. That means that a president will remove. There is no authority to that effect. And as a constitutional law, lawyer, they are making me can say. Based on the provision in the constitution, once the committee is an inferior court, now you're inferior court no, or supervisory court to be a din anymore, I was supervisory jurisdiction, I check it that committee. So if the Chief Justice is aggrieved about that inferior court, Chief Justice should keep mute. More Nkansah, more unko and challenge decision is abreya. On time Mahama be free so. Now on files are written challenges our decision. And Chief Justice will be brought back.
And then who said that's
Ebina Ura Chatuchi Kata. Ebina Ura, and no man kwa me bi eniam. Ebina Ura Chatuchi Kata ye no. Ebra ye bua no for edin ko tu mu no. Chatuchi Kata anko appeal we MPP penso. Or train Emma Justice Denis J. The Adeniko Supreme Court no. At the time I didn't call Court of Appeal. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, a president. Ochayama Nana Akufo-Addo amemu nyina kwa wiye President Konform de kwa wiye wanko oma enipa by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama pension no eno no okoye meka first His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na nana ebeba no eho no okoye ana omdane ade no eka chese chachuchi katanifo Chief Justice me mafutuo as a young lawyer me so onimute because odi animu wa practice more than 35 years woba mama some people are even saying say once I remove Chief Justice na every son automatically amawo ekwaha. Let's read article 128 clause 1 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. It says that the Supreme Court shall consist of the Chief Justice. 1. It shall consist of the Chief Justice. So once a word be connected to separate sentences what together. We are trying to find the etymology of the provision. You find the meaning of the provision. Or say the Supreme Court shall consist of the Chief Justice. So once say conjunctive. There's a word there, and not less than 9 other justices of the Supreme Court. So 2 separate sentences. Oh yes, summary. School. Once a sentence, so you can get 2 ideas from it. 1, the Chief Justice stands alone, and 2, the not less than 9 justices of the Supreme Court. That means that Chief Justice is only the administrative head. At the end of the fast, so the Supreme Court. The appointment is different. And a president appointing a Chief Justice is also different. I'm giving an interpretation which will not lead to any absurdity. Because constitutional provision, constitutional interpretation will not lead to absurdity.
Oh, there were came a Makai, okay, say, Ebra, Honorable Joe, say, Usumo, Ebra, Parliament, a year. I say, or ye fence and first deputy speaker. It do say no more to a baby. And then minority.
Yes,
this one is because he's a deputy speaker.
Yes.
Of Parliament. Omo Supreme Court. Supreme Court look I said no.
The deputy
will different as a member of Parliament. In this okay say woman in trouble we are now deny the people of Bekwai their right to vote. Engineer ono say ne penny say okoye deputy speaker no. Enti abasa Bekwai for no represent to mo vote to him. And I think say
thank you, I saw a write up I am me mate or a lawyer. No support to their maker, but I disagree in total with him on point of law. Because the person mechanism, if you read that provision article 128 clause 1, Chief Justice Rojan baby and Daniel Ofoli, you see what you did not ask for from court, the court will not endorse that one for you. Court will capacity of the court, as some cross out the court before. So what is the substance before the court is what the court will determine. What was the substance before the committee? Committee the say and what was the relief that Daniel Ofoli was seeking from that committee? Relief Ben and all referee committee no. Relief I say based on stated misbehavior, the Chief Justice should be removed. So relief I was seeking the removal of the Chief Justice as a Chief Justice. When period the free committee no say removal as a Supreme Court, a member of the Supreme Court. So Chief Justice being the head of the judiciary and performing administrative functions does not what prevent him her and I say it reverts her. So what's happening now with this it reverts Chief Justice no Edinburgh being a member of that Supreme Court. So His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the letter no down one or the buy no I watch them may you free so Chief Justice because many stated misbehavior it must have the US free so it is in contradiction with that the relief which was sought by Daniel Ofori and then no a boy bra
and I'm afraid double jeopardy
and say now too men sambra me a also
na be bacho ye nyina no ye monitor kwatia by elections no so etinie e course biara I think say voting and as counting ashase enti egu e say so no ye wo hodoma bibia ye de ebebro e wo dwumadie no so
me that's na me hwe ne ma omugina so omudi remove Chief Justice bako is about expenditure as a Chief Justice no you see Judicial Council any ade no omo na determine expenditure wo overspending. Chief Justice has no control, absolute control account and one say chief justice obeko holiday ana yes this year meko holiday ufi say sika say na beso okay say no mo na ko work aba ito mo work bia ne de say sika no approve e de abra with chief justice
no no sign
enye wo na wo determine usika wo mfanko in any case chief justice no esan ye de sika ne ma no okono enipa ebe testify enipa 12 and ebe testify man di adanse man no ana Daniel Ofori ede judicial ayi ho enipa 13 so be testify man no yenwe akuku dama ebe testify chief justice Doche justice meet me bombi eni ya boa omwa former Sofia Kufu KB Asante amenuvo just omodoso omo nyina na be testify omo asem omo kan ne say omu nyina omu ye chief justice omu nyina no ebre bi omu bebe bia no okọ holiday na utime de oyere ko ubetime de obako bibia nsi ho kwan then chief justice we di okoye no sika na ode koye no odi ye no ode sika no bebre ba ye se sika na mode maame no edoso etimi de mintimi ni etimi na meyere ne me ba ene me kunu na koye enso ma san de sika na ye den asan ba eno ye say ye stated misbehavior enti ni suba bi nya enti ye yi na bi na yen samra chief justice transfer obi de ne be kumase a te said we transfer high court 6 justice bi wo ho no transfer ne de buy wo de ne be kumase no aye administrative functions chief justice betimi a transfer empo ye kira de wo secondary school na ne me ye lawyer no o headmaster timika say geography teacher we me mpe no eti mo mfa no nko ba bi foforo ma me na mo mere me foforo otimi ko Ghana Education Service o kan eye adwuma. It is a chief justice transfer judge be free one place to other administrative function and all performing e bi no de toto Charlotte say de ho Charlotte say akotena hotel e di sika hotel e bo Ghana kano ne de remove no na ni chief justice de na yepe. It the question is it what transfer judge be de ne ba ha no e no your stated misbehavior and the chief justice free ho. In any case adena petition no my na count 1 count 2 count 3 na mu determine count 1 no nkoa no mogina no nkoa so e determine abrawa bo bi kwadu first kwadu second kwadu third eti adenti na ode kwadu ba ko pe omo maka omo de petition ba ye nyina no ye frɛ omo so omo yare. Now let me tell you
other two petitions almost the you know ya kwa say be say but I don't say 15th yeah I think say 15th of this month
then also be chief justice no e de akọ minim say chief justice no ko say sia onya trenten but there me person make and say are we building institutions or we are building personality. Senkai Excellency John Dramani Mahama ye say ananko obeya appointment after chief justice foforo ana omuvu o free Supreme Court because emrana manakwan. If you read the article I think 144 or 14 something it tells you that obetimi appointment free baby. Now senko ba be first see ananko be kwa for different neutral person be free baby no de na be chief justice and kamini problem. Nemum sa bafu justice bafu boni ya wotiwe ya we acting sa wo san de be anapo ama JSC wo san de wono eba be chief justice de a na me hu se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni yedie ana wo hwehwe na nye the yedie of the good people of Ghana and na me can say in the case of Amidu versus President Kufuor Justice Pega in his dissenting view it wasn't a ratio it was an obiter dicta and also obiter dictum a passing comment of a judge. The judge stated clearly as a 1 the 3 arms of government are separated from one another in terms of functions and rule. Although there is that kind of separation, but interdependence. And Justice Pega to us no can say, as no can say, side separation, it is not to the harmony of one arm of the government. But if you look at the harmony of the good people of Ghana, good people of Ghana, ye DNT and yachichemu. Nene, wo ko yi obi afini ye diemu. Na wo executive na what wono enyema wa ye nyina na ye papa ye musa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say enyema wa ye ne Ghana ha nyina na ye papa ebi call for removal edru ba bi kwa wo ja country we kwa ni president etiano enye stated misbehavior etiano ye betimi de impeach na remove no ana ene na me kan say Justice Bikan wa London England say the law does not lean itself to what triviality, trifles. eti niema nkitinkiti bi wo ha anya no ne gina so e de remove obi eti mi woni say we ye clear case omode undermine democracy and judicial independence na e kamia say Ghana ha obi antimi nkasa obi antimi because Ghana ha enipa omutimi kasa ya soja fo nko a omo language nko a na amanfote because obi antimi nkasa na emom se na
ya bomb pie so say
yes but the me kan say nei enya me nkasa soja me kasa omo nko a na pese omo ho antimi nkasa discipline na emom se ko ba se obi onye soja ni eka kura na yenye den yemfa de me pese me kan say eniema bi wa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama igu akwanu a it will be very dangerous for this country but enche bia Ghana behunu sa hawa ewo sa de na make say Hosea chapter 8 verse 7 ade na Hosea kan o say he who eats the world shall swallow the void, he who breaks the mountains shall choke on dust. Now the American said the omoye one day they will eat the world. They will swallow the void. And a time will come, omo breaking mountains now, omo besa choku on the dust. Now assembly wo hono ma wodi di obi neto na etu pese obo ma me ne bra ne sun se ono a o ma ne Supreme Court judge ono a ne nsanka na entitlement ni sika bia na chese what make it the nonsense of ma me no the law profession from the Nkwala Abirimu.
Okay, not just so you need the entitlement.
The only thing the entitlement one can, the only thing the woman can do is to pick the books. No, I started courtroom as a lawyer because just a dairy. I don't know what you say here or court as a lawyer. That is baby omo de ma me na baby no.
Wow. WONTUMI TV so eni na mekai was a talk Ghana Jumedie no wasugusu a utie ya toa Jumedie no so you just heard from lawyer Evans Osei Bonsu, Honorable Andrews Bediako enso ewa ha, George Kwatin wa ha, together with Mr. Ishak Chei Brube. Na digina mu no akwatia baile makacho so omo counting enti ye the way say no fam na fe omo gusu omo counting no se bibi huhu bi amba ide ade na chese ye watwen mu se omo counting no ba ko a ebia ye hu New Wenchi Palace NPP enya asumedu ya 192 ena NDC enya 79 ewo New Wenchi Palace wonum asumedu ya 192 na NDC enya 79 ya bomba say be beko de say ya but enti meantime in between time ya the way FM but ya ni ewo hoduma ehu hia say ya call sisia yabako dia kwa kufa update no ede abro enti honorable memra wo so
ofake adwuma nyina na lawyer yi enti me fi se ye de kakra bi na beka wono yahwe ye resource eba ye be sere se ye microphone mo hono mo ni na ofri se ya no melo mo dikade ye stronghold no ba enti wani gi no afi no mo de no
ofake isi mi ntwa no keke de na me de kan wana me kan article 144 ne se 1441 or say the Chief Justice shall be appointed by the President acting in consultation with the Council of State. It's an appointment on the Council of State and they appointed. But we read clause 2 now, Article 144 clause 2 now, or say the other Supreme Court justices shall be appointed by the President acting on the advice of the Judicial Council.
So it's different.
It is different. So Judicial Council Article 1441 no in consultation
I'm not getting it.
You see, by virtue of or in the light of Article 144 clause 1 or say of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, or say the Chief Justice shall be appointed by the President acting in consultation with the Council of State and with approval of Parliament. The Chief Justice who yina mana be Chief Justice a dia e so wo hwa ne say only Council of State be dwene ho esusun simultaneously now we are Parliament would not approve and send what me appointing. I said the mode of appointment is different. Now, you don't be a member of the Supreme Court, and you're different, and also in the clause 2. The other Supreme Court justices shall be appointed by the President and the President acting on the advice of the Judicial Council. If the Judicial Council only be two President for say any power we. Monya de mon fanamra emani me Supreme Court judge we so ya Daniel Ofori e charge ni bi o say ma me na appointing nipa do omko Supreme Court wa suggest enyo no na suggest ye eye Judicial Council ne nsem on beka say ye hia nipa wo Supreme Court ni ashorte na maame no de ato gya sɛ ne president ye hia nipa because wɔn na president no only judicial council no adwene ho no wa appoint bi de call we ye de bo maame no kwa de remove no it is already the mode of appointment na e different it would be ka say we remove no na wasa so yi na free one no say onsa anya member of the Supreme Court. Me, I beg to differ with the greatest of respect and with all humility. You see, the way and manner His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is running this country is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. The good people of Ghana feel so much WONTUMI His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. But Ghana, we live to see, say, one Ghana for Bisu. They are all in say, our pet majority BBM not what destroy or we are no co. And the oil and Ghana, and yet the harmony of the good people of Ghana. But on one Nkansah and NDC ye ya that's in at the how can say na bebre Ghana. A software imam any and Kremofo nipa can almost starting on Nkansah because mamina we you know ebeye mutatis with necessary corrections and necessary amendment. When a lawyer says it has to be applied mutatis mutandis, that means that it has to be applied with necessary corrections and necessary amendment. That means that if Elephant will never forget about this, one day, if Elephant wins power, I'm telling you, whoever will be appointed as a Chief Justice, Satipaka Onyemako, we appointed Chief Justice, Satipaka Nempo, Samuko change Imrana, they will also amend it. Bese Sambrano, because Nipa the man in Siabo. Bese Sambrano, no more so appoint you Chief Justice. That's why.
Made us say very passionate.
And I make a honor moving when I am Basia. What they camera no church yeah, political angle. Over Obekaya said Unim said ministers under John Mahama 2013-2017 by 34 former ministers or government appointees or double salary say Ghana. Yeah. Na Kufuor so pro man ntina meka say omo say MP for any poor man we do amunya asase nuka ye yina yitimu be den because how nipa we na nka political class about 34 people from one political party na nka de omu nyina ko gira court na ya prosecute omo I don't know dey na say omu nyina ayo man body ya form kotum win the security of this nation the implications and kebeba in the wisdom of President Kufuor e ka say no anyway me kase nansi eto abawie e na minority da ebe cheche mu ache ye bibu na ye hu say rumor president na traso na anu no be ka che me hu say no krese president Kufuor na ama yam prosecute sa nipa we munya abampa be mu nyina na omo ka ho omo je double salary NDC ministers about 34 of them sa nipa we sika omo je kan nyina bom na fatoto maame dia omo say ode atukwa ne ne kuru ne bade atukwa say dura. And why are we doing this to ourselves? Say I don't know why NDC for their Ghana for because MP for yani yeduabo. Because say Ghana for no expectation of woman MP no. Esuta na NDC. Yasu nyina political party back on the run. Hwe sisi ye papa John Mahama. Oye sa niam wo wie ya oyi maame no. Hwe asema okoka. Waka ne ye. Yeah. Or see democracy thrives on institutions. Yeah. This say yeah institutions na e ma ye governance in your democracy no entumi nyina ne nan so. You knew this. Na ye the petition abrew. Petition the brown no yes more than 10,000 pages. And I say no can kire. Na ye the brown no within 30 minutes. I
know you one pay 10,000 a year. I know you one. Ba ko pay no dey pay.
Dan ofori dey na. Ye tumi ahwemu nura e dey atworo krata e dey yi maame na di. Na emu bi dia ye hu se so fa so abeka na wa video se ade omo ye nyina maame no mbe yi na di enti mi dia na enye me nwa but eye sabi a ye twa to na utwa sa no to na yi na ye ka se democracy na ye ka ho asem se ye nyina no na ye de be ye adwuma dia sa sa wo ye ndisi fo atwa to no na me se sa de we ebe di omampani Mahama ene ne generations achi it was so many years to come
but maintenance na make wo hwe eye Nkansah so I'm a former dean law school or say right constitution the year performance just a constitution perfect
constitution yes but so fair Kufuor dey all kind of say akwado or say omo try my man say the case ni treason.
Yes,
that's what they did to the woman. Na we mami former chief justice na ade we no yade a NDC for no sa na omote omo ni judiciary no since NDC PNDC ba Ghana omo ni yida because omo wa adwin bi say wodim say omo ne kum sa judges miensa no PNDC time enti omo fi say judiciary no omo NDC ni hu lawyer kra na ne buafu enne na omo nkrofo asuasua bi because omo say one people for the tie for nko a omo de lawyer for nko a enti ya ade e wo say omo ne judiciary no de tetimrem ni omo ni yi na nya maame we nko a ebra omo ba power 2009 na president Kufuor afiri akonwa so maame Georgina Tilda Wood buy no omo fa kwan bia so frustrate maame se nko be yi maame na afiri ho and this woman told us edruba bi ko ye se nko be resign obeka ya president Moss ekoye press meet the press bi ema I think say ko bi fiagbe ekobi sa na question say what information won say o pe kwan bia yi chief justice na afiri ho na nokora wo mu no o si gira ho hwemanim am I a heart cat hunter? Obeka na Kwabraje, ya no NDC chairman. I make comment to say there are so many ways to kill the cat. One President Mercy Marka Obuka say, onye a yefes cat hunter. And President Mercy na didn't see from Nyasan kada das within the NDC no and komu ya kwambia senka uye nyima ameni free ho. And nya and then shase. Na bra President Mahama ne campaign no. Oka esa maami oba obi yinadi so onye tumi a e no sai ka kire NDC for lawyers say oshi om no ka kire om say media me ka kire mu nyina ne say judiciary no akoye MPP for nko a enti munyire mo ho na me ba me pekwan na me de mo ahyehim ampampa obaye no wasoa first time in the history of this country 7 members to the Supreme Court at a go e bin see that ebra na Supreme Court no ye 14 judges no President Muhammad then in opposition and this for catch and say obodo dodo Akufo ado free ho kwa na omunru 14 and now by all the 7 account you could do 19. What kind of hypocrisy is this? Enti ya adwena omo boy ewo omo tirimu se omo ba power ade omba yeni ena mampani aboduku a yefere se yemfita duku ena waya na dwen se obeye saade na woye no enti me na nya me nwa dem mu na senke mama me no fair trial enwa metie lawyer Yikutu former attorney general metie no kwa as a soon edeme wo hwa pani we se do city ya onye obi o ekikako but the way amana he was talking and emotions na no de kasa no utumi se de asi no nanya o se omo ni mo hia as a lawyer wakache mo se omo tro omo written statement na omo de aba enra mande no omo de ayi ko du wa no omo ko no
written submission
submissions no omo yiba omo de ayi ko na wo hwe opanyina na oda committee ya no enra ni dimina no de ye presentation you see eya obi was ankrofo no nyina mu e no omo bo yes omo bo pose ombe yi maame no because omo adwene say we were senior members at the Supreme Court and na ye de maame no bae and no buy from a course of appeal or buy no and a president Kufuor do be a chief justice entia manini kwambi e fa so and this for behaving as if say judiciary na buy no since 1992 e be share 1992 constitution problem say what judiciary nyina e maami we na akoso yet you mo kasa na mo nsema oka even 20 Supreme Court omo koya asie nu katia be ka che se court no omo ko no nkura krata bia o court fa makola calculator court na ho na obobo kokpa no enne obobo ma me ko adu a omo se ore ne ma omo lusu sa case no na even say unanimous FC na omo ka ho asem na omo kasa asem no e to judiciary so that does not ma no na no ye chief justice ma me be di chief justice how many I think say 3 years any but ya nema akoso wo judicial ho nyina no ndisi fo adwe nyina no say maame na akoso ni nyina because ono na ye head ubi so omo nkrofo no mutimi kofa adibi a yese maame na ye na sa time kwara maame no onyam ko Supreme Court mpo eso na de so ano give a dog a bad name in order to hang it
me see wo be kwa kwakwase no dachi onko be kwa kwakwase
na ade we ya asi no offer eyareho in the history of this country na nipa mo ya o ma dwen se minia Franklin Kujo oti Facebook e na o sa o invite ko fo mo mra na me mo mennom sa de enkodi ayi chinchinka ne de ka ho na se e don no bo na se dane a aka na ipe o ofa aka na ipe na se don no bo na de no dane a sa nipa wo ya na o mo aka o mo anu atumi nipa ba ko maami we nsem ba ya mo se watumi aka bia wa ye bold pa ene sa kremoni na national prayer okogina ayifo no a okasa he no Oh God. O kanokre. Na asofo omo omamu omo aka omo anu atum. Ye na nanu ma ahemfo omo aka omo anu atum. Na me ena ede me konne wo nkasa. O kire de ofa keke be ko wo nkasa. The next day no na ye wo ena ye de wo ko. Na ho na be kasa. And I think say democracy na ye practice no. Ya ya mane duru baby say ewi ase nyina de omo ni hwe. Na de wo ya ye nyina no disturb the investor confidence.
International community.
Exactly. Na nipa da sani hunu sa de wo yi. Enti wonye wi ase japade nyina na ohwere okra. Ofamfa so be na obenya. Ti say ye fence legislature ya odia. Executive wafa. Judicial no aka no so a yenim se ebebo democracy no ho fa so a. Wase akogu no aka ho. Na me de asena impanifo beba no de America ni. Ere de lawyer no me nya adwen but me de say wo ne me ya adwen. Obi bia ye de wo ko Supreme Court wa NDC aban we na de wo ba bia no. Ye nye chief justice nkwa na ebeyi no. Ye be ye judges na ka ho.
Related misbehavior.
Oh yeah, na say me say masha say atwere me nkrata. Omo mo ho nyina me bisa omo din ni omo fie me hwehwem.
Obi 10,000 cross atwere.
Ne ya twotwo. Enti ye ya na de akoto. Say nyame boa na say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na be ye president wo my wim. Na de command no so wonte ase a ye bete so atua. Ye bete so atua. Because said you so to enra no esese sa na to. Na so beto obi afo na ofa ento obi afo de nya ato na nyina ya bia de say because the John Mahama any NDC for aye no e ya we ho sem nti e besra asofo no omo hwe in future say omo pese we bi esi no omo kasa net say the mami so for yakufu akasa sesi ya no omo kasa mami no o se ne wira ho ya say judiciary no this is what the woman is saying.
But why didn't she resign?
No question I
the question time we resign.
I don't nim say be cut to this extent. But
I been like Sonia you cry. But we Zongo community now we are still losing Zongo communities.
I remember figures
here are nodding.
Me share figures
but figures Zongo community
early days yes.
If you look at
but it would have been here we say that they call a George
yeah make can say ade asi no e ya rehosem enti ye nyina ye mfa ya no ntumbi na ye nye o man nyina office o man enye baako for dia enye ndisi for dia se ye kase ye ne se ya bo mo ye de ma o mo ye ya ebeduru ba bi no me na ye de me ko ye wankasa o kina de obeko benso men kasa de nazi no na de menu eko na o man ye ko ya na e bai
Mate medas papa honorable Andrews bediako enso ene ena wote ye no still ye wo dwumade no so ye ko animu na yahwe maka chance akwatia by elections no say no de no num abo ama Kwaku no nsia na snippets menka say results no remu kakra but here na me say no me hu say early days yet yenwie na yenhwe sene ade no ebeko yente eye bad eye bia de yenhwe sene ebeko nti hand in hand yenhwe any chief justice de no kopem say ye besa mo na apne de results ni na so abro George
Keke
George
that's a gap. Solomon area no one gaps no so.
Yeah, Solomon. I don't know there. Any George, wait there. Facha make it to be na me share ba dey we say because and someone be and say okay, I have this one Takra Methodist Church NPP area 84 provisional results and NDC area 162 and also in others no they forget it now in 2024 no that time NPP area 149 NDC area 116 but this time around NPP area 84 NDC 162 all GBC station Buadia NDC and 154 NPP 66 other ones no there front me biansa and Akwatia lorry station provisional results NPP 83 NDC 333 and we have Abrosenase polling station 158 for the NPP 107 for the NDC so Akikano Wenchi and NPP 116 NDC 92 menti ningina I think so when a provisional result baby also NPP was but George meaning what to make of maybe if it's anything to go by and I say yen train yes ye guswa ye train there and then ye ka ho
okay ayana aya aroho kakra sanse ne die kabi mamen kabi aba enchino wo hwe NDC for first no na judges no ituo na omudi ye the president Mahama ye judicial coup d'etat na waye no esanse saade we ya president Mahama ye no ebedi na chi ne nkwa na nyina esanse waye ade a ebi ensi ewiaseda ebi ensi ewiaseda so obehwa since 1992 president bia no honma waba wayi chief of staff and chief justice edi ebi ensi da president Mahama pe any the first president oba ye wayi chief justice edi na mami die na waye die mpa na mami waye bi die minya akwanya adwane demonstration na ye against time na almost started process na se na ye nyina ye nim se eyeyia na omope no eyi na di but mami nso ma wiase nyina hunu se enye boni bi no waye enye ade bi no wanye ne ye nemum eye wotan hunu a President John Dramani Mahama ni NDC aban no at the time no the only reason na omotan no nyina because of politics among yourself omujidi said the woman was appointed by Nana Danko Akufo-Addo under the MPP government enunti se omo aba na se John Mahama na ye president dia na NDC na ti abema se so omo pam no na omo kofa NDC ni ede ne be chief justice the city no omo kwa appoint NDC chief justice as simple as ABCD na ye de ye nka hwe ye okroma kromu ayati so no sabi ayabato ne yakoto menu kasai aka 39 months pe na President John Dramani Mahama na nemre aso na okọ 39 months pe na okọ a ontumi ndi president bi na megidi se okotre fie a obenu no ho esanse sa ade ya waye no enye sa ade no nko na waye hwe abawe baye the first boni a woye ne se omu chief of staff issue statement say obia yefa adwuma under MPP bia ne yenyinadi mino kasa Ghana mabunu over 36,000 na yeyi omodi owie wanfanso ho a owie yenso na wo se wonu ma na omo se omo wo pepa se omo badwane ye bambo adwuma no ebi ye police ebi call soldier ebi call immigration ebi call fire ebi call prisons customs ni ade na ya train omo 6 months omo baye no omo say recruitment no started under the MPP government nti omo ye MPP for eno so yeyi omo di enipa be 2000 nti ne uhu insecurity enam kroma ye bo obi tuo ene ade beti ade se bia no ya motu a na obi wu ene homo wo keke homo wa omu di ni nkran keke for the first time pipe tu a ye twipie abontre no uhu mfonyini bia wo yembe show nipa be enum anasesen omatoa nanam wo nsedo enne ye ne agase ye nuama e wosola me no kasei journalist bi a me read from the page o se nipa ewuo no omo kai over be 200 ne nipa aka nyina omu nyina dwane afrikuro no makotena akobọ mu ho adwa e wo Cote d'Ivoire bi mu Kotogo enne insecurity agiatese all because of president no incompetence anase amamu a obu a enkoye enunti ene atutrafo agye kroi afa na yekoye judicial nso a ye court system nso a atemu adwuma no eho ena sisie de ode nsa aduro wapam chief justice wampam ni kekio enimpo ade a ono agasa ko school esu ade a ofa mua nyese otifie ne yakofre no wane na mua practice from lawyer abeye judge koduru Supreme Court judge eno so kura no president ni se sa dibre na wono ankasa ko ni school akoduru no woyinadi na wie no ena odi ne nsa sin bu so I John Dramani Mahama me ana me se me yiwadi enye hwe se ono na tumi kita no tumi nso de ekura ho a sisi no so ye supreme leader okasa obi nkembi de opre no ye but me pese me hu se enche bebre ena anu ya o win election si o Thanksgiving na okogina ho no kan sem bi se ni wura fi America no wo se embrai olusu election na okotena fie no eto de bia opagya nani a apart from na yerpe no hu nanim etumi di be 2 months na obi ampon sending message musa say Mr. President on what to say enti on kai said 39 months pen aka obesa kwotena fie biem eno kra de nsu biem because atem no obeye former president a oni akwanya se obekita tumi biem eho na obehu se sa boni a wodi ye no ebedi na chi na de waye no esan so ya de esese wo ye oba bia na wo Ghana ha wo sori mapa wo ye oba wo ye ohima wo ye oba wo ye sofo wo ye oba wo ye adetoni wo ye oba wo ye akyerɛkyerɛni wo ye nurse wo ye doctor oba bia esese otumi sori na sa de ya NDC for ni President John Dramani aye otumi condemn na opanish wo mo mini okroma enkomo ayedie a President Kufuor kra no de sa get child education ni baye aye bo hu dewura free SHS baye ene ukọ secondary school a emema dodo a eko school no the same thing emma no kra tete no mo do so chen emema no aye nyina no all the conferences aye ko nyina ye say yem pushi emma enfo mo nko the highest positions na maami etumi afem hwe oba ubenya dibre wani no enya easy o aye abusa yenua mo ma no atete a ubefem sometimes ukọ bema bi office kura kope bibia uduru ho say manager ho ni nyina no sesa wo fa kwan bi so a ubetumi a penetrate all these challenges na maami yatumi afa yawo we mu nyina akoduru Supreme Court judge ama President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo abona baso ahyene ni munyam se wadwumadi a wadi a aso se de wasom oman yinti nukramu nti saade a ye judicial institution ni nyina wo na obaba be head a obe chief justice obaye a wo se menti ase enu nti yatena Jubilee House ene ya atwerɛtwerɛ bibi ene ya frɛfrɛ nkɔfo se momfa mu signature me chance ade petition ni nyina wo mo twerɛ no Jubilee House eho ena omo twetwere no enye obi a na twere obi a de brɛ omo ena omo wieye no omo ma obi de ne nsa hya ase ena omo se yeyi wadi enye hwe me de ma me no meka se ema ne nka hwe onkotena fi boko na emom se de Yesu Kristo kan no wasi Jerusalem maba mama mu nsuma me na emom mu nsuma mo ho mo amaka akire no adie ya waye no wode wo how pa na bread judges ewo a omo nso ewo enisuade hu so omo pese omo ye chief justice and Supreme Court judges esa se nyame ya adom na se MPP ye ba kwanya omo kire ye kwan no sisi de omo kire yen si yen ye ba no ne enso ye de judge and ye Supreme Court judge and ye chief justice enso eba yen ka enkire no ha se yen ye ba say NDC for appointed chief justice and MPP maintaining no there be any chief justice be John Mahama president NDC be appointing be who say ada ye be swear Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in as the president of Ghana no sada na no na de na dibre no de ato hoboko because ye be twere petition no kra opposition azani ababem ya twere go enti abana ye de board tachi no ye de ato ho kama kwan bia so ye de bebo ba na de mesre ni nyina ne se ema obia bamumbu ema obia enka hwe na se de omo ye no de no omo ye de omo ye ni nyina ne se omo se chief justice we wo ha omo ntumi emfa MPP for enko court bi ni se muni case so wo case a lawyer wabon kura betumi am wadi nkunim you don't need a judge we say lawyer ni because wo case na ye white me di matare yakọ na sa atare na ye white judge betumi aka say ye blue tebi e mean say omo ni case because omo ba ye entro enko omo ka che omo akwati bibi e friend oral committee na omo koye investigations no sika omo betumi arezi ye 21.1 billion dollars enti ye nkobo besia biom ena me no buy 1 Ghana cedi omo ntumi rezi ye ena Ghana ka omo ba guso within just 9 months no eye 10 billion dollars 10 billion ena omo dia be ka Ghana ka you see a gold board no e bon kan enti me dia mesre se obi anya abotre na MPP fo nyina ye nkamom adia ehia ba ko pe ene nkamom esa se miminim mi wogidie mapa se MPP fo eye abufuo ne ba ye ne yetena fie se MPP kabom ne yakase ye koto aba bibia no wa NDC betuma bitie hwatete a ene omode NPP ekomu ene MPP fo sori a empanyifo ye de ne koyoko national security BNI CID ni yedene ko bebi obi ho ya ka kire se onko report 3 enti anopa okọ report oyoko a ewia no akọ report o BNI enwumre no akọ report o CID eno a ene oma tia dufu soldiers so ene tiktokers wo ho ani achew samtroni onka bi she onni oma fa na onye onsinki praises ema oma ni achew de kenyina ne se emre ni nkaso kufuo bedi 8 years oko Lawrence Dini de oko na nadu danko akufuo ado oko even President John Dramani na Nkansah kura oba first term no sata no o seek for the re-election Ghana for to aba tini si form pa no sitting president Ghana for to aba yini si form enti bibia no so Ghana for ye na de hia no se MPP yankan ye homom na minim se edane so a 2028 Ghana for na be frɛ sɛ mumbra na amamuo papa na mubu no monsa meto
mate George Quarted is the name na yawaha Gasto mixture so ebetna say but Mr. Ishak results no kill in kakra na
me kan niam mienu pe na fe yaba results no so see ade hia results no pa di kan ene se see amahwe ayi kotu ne nkomo ba kan me afina me be nya kwan kind full you know was see judicial offense saying judicial travel policy no judiciary travel policy no enya dia committee no consider kra omo ahwe kra didi kan they toss me no and say one more say no you're saying report me saying
over 10,000 pages yeah
report
yes
everyone came for
nature say enya dia Yera John Mahama okay
this one will speed be on the
kind in 2 hours ana auditory letter no e di yi ma me na di entinya dia okay the ekoso no Yera Mahama the second chance a Ghana for the man no minim se summary nipa bebre eyi wo mo ya so mo do mo kokromotie no fm no but adia ekoso nyina no adia ba ko ana me pese MPP for ye fiye ni ye bie ya so na ye di ye ni esis na di ye hwehwe no eye tumi what you say yeah minim no doso dodo e wo ye party mu enna me na me dia ye me ni e doso e wo party mu ye wo ni na ha na wo then lawyer hwe results eba no see Zongo communities no so how many people are in the Zongo communities if we see ya heti yourselves See, I hate yourselves. Near TCC, without due respect to Mimi and Mama, no more Esom. How many? And the North, how many? Election statistics 2024. No, all right, lawyer. The entire 5 northern regions, what did to 2020? Abana ye kokoto ye na amekufu adu na ye lusu vote 164,000. 5 northern regions no. Ye no kra no northeast. Dr. Mudba Omia region there. Ye gaining over 20,000 votes. 4 na ye de no so tie no. What the northeast 20,000 plus no kokoti frimu. Ye voter ye lose 5 northern regions ningina lawyer 164,000. Tiengo mani yo. Hawana yana kasa. Tiengo mani yo. Gara fo munjo. Lawyer, ye lose Greater Accra kwa over 570,000 votes. Over 570,000 votes. Do you know, say Greater Accra says here, the dominant ethnic group it Greater Accra Ayakan.
Yeah, that's so.
Dominant. And it also Greater Accra. But what you say?
Yeah.
Check it maps to see here when here. Ashanti, Eastern, Central, Greater Accra, Western North, Sahano, dear Ghana map no dear Nefuna Epuno. Any win here. Check a free Kofo Embassy John Mahama 2024. You lose running in upper east, upper west, you know, Titiho northern region, and then northeast, the Savannah. 2024. And it shows that northeast no afedie ono no wakoyi akoyi no free northern territory honumu then oti na afei aba voter region enti wo what say no esoro ho no twa esoro no finfin say ya ketwa na eba ba besi you know venze no zone no voter region no bia ya wene what you say enti lawyer ye base no so.
But at least they should have considered Baumia as their own.
Meba. Fatu now 1 man bear 1 minute to 2 minutes. Political party MPP. No. Nekrana Zongos northern no etimia peja kakra. If you go around now, boy, people you dig grow mugrana, or akola, papa no one crowd pamon. Yes, it used to be very bad. But the point I'm saying is that Ashanti Lusu for over 430,000 votes. Okay. Yanto. Eastern region over 250,000 votes. Central region over 230,000 votes. What I'm trying to put across in precise terms is this. Yeah, dear lawyer.
That is so.
They were ya buying and no now, but now so now you can't umfa. You can't umfa. You see plus and some bebrebe ya can matrobia faho and all of that near fena ya besa boni na chi. Say ye best this so say ye buy better so do so bet ye no ye dear ye can wine yes so branch no bet ye no what disua there is no way.
Yeah,
there is no way. If it's a numbers now ye can on zongo ni northern no. To be very honest with you and with all due respect to my friends in the north and in the zongo. But when we get angry, Niakas yen trouble. Ah, Nana Gufado, see a trouble run off. ye traba na run of anka NDC ever winning majority in parliament, but Nakufo-Addo would have been president in 2008. But what just here? Nakufo-Addo would have been president in 2000. So the unity and intransigence, yeah, research, yeah, Otifoboma, Tintibrit, Tintintinti, Yakasama Monfa.
Exactly. Okobo yabe depa but bebreno aso
results na ba ne ka di ma chiefu ansa na ya kwa bebo
something about they say MP elect
I don't know omo dia bika no omo tu omo dia egum and 10 but baby I do the bia all we can do and say alega Isaka who say who say be balance
yeah winning
but better mo nyina ase me brenunti ne advertisers yina enti acha no be no so komo no watchino dia na yehu obi ehu the smoothness level enti better Ishak chei bro be better na papa for your lecturer KSTU. Many thanks to lawyer Evans Osei Bonsu honorable Andrews Bediako and so etnas ene enyumre frochna kono dia na chese Samson George Quartin with that on also ase Gasto mixture area